Humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person is a quirky and weird little indie Canadian horror black comedy film about Sasha. She is a different kind of vampire and she lives with her vampire family. She's got her parents, her cousin, and maybe her aunt. But she's kind of like a vegan vampire. Her fangs have not grown out. She doesn't like killing people. However, she needs blood to live. So she sort of spends a lot of her youth just sort of leeching off of her parents in the same way of not being able to get her own job and just sort of hanging around the house. However, she ends up putting too much pressure on her parents to secure her blood all the time. So they decide to send her away to live with her cousin, Denise, who has no qualms about killing. She frequently likes to pick on men looking for hookups. And Denise is going to teach Sasha how to hunt on her own because Sasha is a little bit of a wimp. However, Sasha meets Paul, a suicidal teen who she sees standing on the top of a roof of a bowling alley he works at, and ends up meeting him at a suicide sort of help group, and he ends up willing to be a willing victim for her after she tells him who she is, and the two of them go on a weird sort of odyssey to fulfill his last wishes before she takes his life. So this movie is definitely odd. It's definitely doesn't feel like a horror film. It feels more of a coming of age, dark fantasy, black comedy, and I didn't mind that. It was like a little bit of Wes Anderson meets Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. A very quirky and weird little film that's really unique in its own execution. I haven't seen a vampire family in a while. They treat it almost like she's a vegan that doesn't want to eat, so she doesn't want to go hunt her own animals, and she lives with a hunter family, and you just put that aside as a parable of sorts. But the movie is a really interesting in its plot. You really can't guess what's going on. Really good performances, really nice tender moments between the characters and the world building of the vampires. The family only has like a couple scenes in the film, but they needed more. They're hilarious and quirky and weird, and I like that angle. But we're mainly focusing on Sasha and her journey of coming around to learning to only eat people who want to end their own life, because that's the sort of path she wants to go to, and eventually finds a way to do it. So overall, this was a really nice, weird little film. Definitely enjoyed it. A nice mix of coming-of-age horror and not too scary. It's more of a let the right one in instead of, Interview with the Vampire. So I give Humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person a 7.5 out of 10.